Hello everyone, this video I'm gonna talk about a light festival which is unique in Sydney, and if you guys know, it's called Vivid Sydney. Well, normally Vivid Sydney, it is held every year, sometime between the late of May to mid June. But in the past 2 years, in 2020 and 2021, it was actually cancelled because of COVID-19. So actually, the last time there is Vivid Sydney is already back in 2019, which is a year before COVID-19. And this year, 2022, Vivid is back. So today's actually May 28th, Saturday. Last night is already the first night of Vivid Sydney, and it will last for 23 days from yesterday, May 27th, all the way to June 18th. So across around 3 weekends, 23 days. And Vivid Sydney, as you know, it bears the soul of our city in Sydney through creativity, curiosity, and change. And yes, until 18th of June, 23 days, this light festival will connect Sydney to light artists, music makers, brilliant thinkers, and all creative. Seek change, spark a new idea, shine with Vivid Sydney. So yes, basically Vivid Sydney this year, it's back from yesterday, May 27th, Friday, 23 days until June 18th, Saturday. And the lights are on from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m, 5 hours nightly, 23 nights, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. And where it's going to be held? Well, it's basically across Sydney, major in CBD and surrounds, but also they are in Barangaroo, Carriage Works, Central Station and the Goods Line, Circular Quay and the Rocks, Darling Harbour, Darling Quarter, Darling Square, Luna Park, Sydney Opera House, Taronga Zoo, University of Technology Sydney UTS, and also Walsh Bay. So obviously, Vivid it's back of this year. I'm gonna go around Sydney to take some nice photos and probably some videos as well for this 2022 Vivid Sydney. Well, personally, because I'm from Hong Kong, it's a bit similar in my opinion. Not sure if you guys agree, to Hong Kong's symphony of the lights, which in the name is called Wan Chai Wing Hong Kong. But Hong Kong's one is like every night, but this one, Vivid Sydney, is only like 23 nights of the year. Normally between late May to mid June, and for this case in 2022, it's from yesterday, May 27th, to June 18th, for 23 nights. So without further ado, I will let you guys see what's this year's 2022 Vivid Sydney is like. It's like, especially Vivid Sydney was cancelled in the past 2 years, 2020 and 2021, because of COVID-19. Let's see how this year's Vivid Sydney will look like. I'm really looking forward into it. Let's go. So it's almost 7 p.m. now on May 29th, Sunday, and now I'm outside of University of Technology Sydney, UTS. It's my first Vivid Sydney spot. It's this one, Vivid Ideas Exchange. I have no idea what exactly it is. Is it either this light, if it clearly changes color instantly? Not instantly, but over time, or it's this thing, or if you walk further, because I can't go in because I'm not studying in UTS and I don't have someone's UTS or student card, or is it upstairs for the Vivid Ideas Exchange? I don't know, but this is it. If I'm correct, the first spot here in UTS for the Vivid Sydney Vivid Ideas Exchange. So after a few minutes walk, now I'm at Central Station, another spot for Vivid Sydney. So basically, Central Station, you know, Sydney Central, where you can take all those T trains, intercity trains, regional trains, coaches, etc. And I think it has been a couple of years where Central Station will, featuring Vivid Sydney, and as you can see, as you can see, there are some animate light, or actually some people. Well, two people dancing over there. So continue on Central Station for Vivid Sydney. So I'm already inside the concourse, and it looks like this. It's a bit boring, as you can see. Yes, kind of a bit boring. It's just a light kind of illuminating like these and these. So on the left-hand side, left-hand side of the clock, you can see it's the if you can see a bit, it's the next departure timetable for all trains that stop at Central Station. So just now I mentioned all those T trains, intercity trains, and regional trains. You can see when the next train is coming, so that you can go to your correct platform to board the correct train. For your information, there are so it used up to number 25 for the platform, but there are not actually 25 platforms, because some platforms are closed for some reason, because they're gonna build the Sydney Metro, which passes through Sydney Central. But I don't know, just platform number, it goes all the way up to 25. Okay, so in this grand concourse of Central Station, it kind of looks like this. It's a bit boring, in my opinion. So today is June 5th, Sunday, just 7:30 in the evening, and now I'm at Carriage Works. Yes, Carriage Works is also part of the Vivid, and it looks like this. It's a bit creepy. Not sure if I mentioned before, but I would suggest you visit the whole Vivid Sydney in separate days because of the location. So the rest, most of the Vivid attractions are in the CBD, whereas this one, Carriage Works, is not in CBD. It's it's close to Redfern Station, although like the suburb or the postcode, they call it Everleigh, but it's not close to city. It's near Redfern Station, around 10 minutes walk. So, and also this attraction, Carriage Works, for Vivid, does not operate on every night. So Vivid, normally it's from May 27th, if I'm correct, to June 18th for 23 nights. But this one, it only opens for 6 nights. So previously, on Thursday and Friday, June 2nd and 3rd, there's already Carriage Works, for light attraction for Vivid. And also today, June 5th, and also June 9, 10 and 11, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, and then that's it. So because of the location and also the time, I would suggest if you guys haven't been to Vivid Sydney, it would be better for you guys to go on separate days, so that through these separate days you can go through all but most parts of Vivid Sydney across Sydney. almost 7 p.m. on June 12th, Sunday. Yes, June 12th, Sunday night, almost 7 p.m. And now I'm at the goods line, which is pretty close to, so that's UTS. And the goods line, it's like pretty long. So the goods line used to be, as you can see, railway, but obviously it's no longer in use because I think it's the last Sunday for Vivid, because as mentioned earlier, Vivid will last only up to June 18th on Saturday. So this Sunday is actually the last Sunday for this year's Vivid Sydney. So as you can see, quite a lot of people are hanging around, and also it's actually a long weekend. I mean, for this weekend, because tomorrow it's a Queen's birthday. Tomorrow, June 30th, Monday, it's Queen's birthday, which is a public holiday. So I guess more people are coming out tonight to enjoy this a special long weekend. And as you can see, these are the special lights. As you can see, with these special lights changing kind of stuff. And I reckon they try to, you know, control the people's movement. If you're going to go to Central Station, you should go on the left, but top front it's still the rest of the goods line, and I'm going to continue watching for a bit. So as you can probably see, it's Luna Park in Sydney, which is the another side of Sydney Harbour / bridge. If you do not have time to actually go to Sydney Luna Park to watch Vivid, because Sydney Luna Park, it's part of Vivid Sydney, you can walk or take the train through Sydney Harbour Bridge. So just now, I'm taking the train from Wynyard to Milson's Point. Then you can kind of see the Vivid Sydney Lightworks in Sydney Luna Park. Or if you actually want to go to Sydney Luna Park to watch the Vivid Sydney Lightworks, the closest station to Sydney Luna Park, it's Milson's Point. So Wynyard, the next stop, it's Milson's Point. 2016 Thursday, few minutes past 6 p.m. and now I'm back at the goods line, lining up for the green mysterious tunnel inside. So, I mean again, Vivid Sydney every night begins at 6 p.m. So I arrived like a couple of minutes later, and you can see already the line is already there with some music over there. So you can already like imagine like later in the night or tomorrow and also Saturday night, you will see like is how many people over there, mountain people see. Hopefully I will get into the mysterious green tunnel soon here in the goods line. I kind of arrived a bit early, trying to avoid the late night queues, and it's obviously I still need to line up to get into the mysterious green tunnel, but the line kind of moved pretty quickly, so I don't think I will need to wait for that long. Let's see. So in less than 15 minutes, I'm already inside the green mysterious tunnel in the goods line. Basically where people are standing, that's the furthest point, or nearly where I'm standing, that's the furthest point where you can walk in this green mysterious tunnel in the goods line. So that's the further point, and then afterwards you have to walk back outside, as some of the people are doing, or I mean I will do it later to exit this tunnel. So dinner finished. Continue on my part of Vivid Sydney visit, and now I'm at somewhere between Darling Square and Darling Quarter, and here are another part of the Vivid Sydney installation. You can put your hand here, and then it will, the light goes up and down, goes up and down. Alright, you can see pretty much other people with different heights of light doing similar things. Put their hands on top and the lights will be on. Is just a few steps away from the hand-touched light installation. So this might not be related about Vivid Sydney, but there are, I guess, because of Vivid Sydney, there are more people coming into basically Sydney CBD. So more people, more demand for toilet, and around Darling Quarter, yes, around Darling Quarter or Darling Square. Yes, should be Darling Square. There are heaps of these kinds of unisex toilet for people to use, and it looks like this. It's not too big, not too small. You can basically kind of move around. Here's the lock. Toilet tissue papers to dispose something. And just now I pee. Goodbye. And also for you to sanitize your hands here after you finish the toilet. Then here is when you walk along from Central Station via, let's say, the Goods Line, Chinatown, and Darling Square. In Darling Quarter here are some of the large checkmates. So checkmates, literally it means those those checks for you to play versus others when you play those board games, maybe board games, but more like those chess games. Some big, some small, that kind of chessmates. This piece of thing, almost to Darling Harbour, it's some sort of resonance. It moves slowly, slowly, slowly. That's why it is called resonance. Here we are finally at Darling Harbour. So this is the vehicle aura, and the highlight in Darling Harbour is this one. I think continuous light show in Darling Harbour here, all the way. Not all the way. Daily, non-stop. From 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. daily. So Darling Harbour has two sides. On my left, further way up, it's Pyrmont Bay, if I'm correct. On the other side, if you walk right as in here, if you go all the way through, or through the Darling Harbour Bridge, over the right, that's Barangaroo. So it's not only continuous light, but also music to get you through the mood of Vivid Sydney, especially 2 years of absence, 2 years as in 2020 and 2021 because of COVID-19. For your reference, I'm now standing at the bridge which connects to, on my left, it's Barangaroo, and then on my right over there it's Pyrmont Bay. So yes, this so-called Darling Harbour Bridge gives you a better view, I guess, to watch the light and music works here from Darling Harbour. So if you can see those blue dots, these are I think it's the temporary walkways for people to cross through Darling Harbour, so that they don't need to cross through this bridge. Again, on my left over here it's Barangaroo, and then on my right over there it's Pyrmont Bay, so that with the blue dot lighted pathway, people can come across, walk across Darling Harbour easily, quickly, and I guess more conveniently. So now I'm on the right hand side, you can say, of Darling Harbour Barangaroo, and these three lights, well, it says represent 27 human emotions, because as you can see, change might be the only constant in our life, yet it can send us on a roller coaster ride through all 27 emotions. Probably I would have a look over there later on. Through mathematics and digital design, Kundo Johnson and partners express our collective reactions to the pandemic in a series of motion and sound sensitive cellular cylinders. So those three cellular cylinders that respond to your feelings, dare to bear in your soul. So here are the human emotions: joy, craving, excitement, nostalgia, horror, romance, envy, empathy, anxiety. Yep. Then here you have triumph, desire, calmness, fear, admiration, aesthetic appreciation, satisfaction, disgust, and entrancement. Last but not least, you have awe, confusion, mess, amusement, awkwardness, sympathy, boredom, interest, and I guess adore. This is the Corps P Celestri. Not sure if I pronounced correctly. When you walk through Barangaroo on the right hand side of Darling Harbour, I do not understand what kind of stuff is this. Is it those Star Wars or sci-fi? I don't know that kind of theme, but I do not give a shit, and I do not understand what the heck it is going on. So almost everything, if not, will acknowledge the Aboriginal people or First Nations people. So this applies to Vivid Sydney as well. And this is the Crown Sydney. Downstairs here, it's the stunning visual, as you can see, Gallery of Light, which feature First Nations and emerging local artists from the Solid Ground program. It says a spectrum of color and ever-changing animation effects working in harmony to create a immersive, expansive gallery of light. So the important thing here is immersive and expansive. So not sure it is immersive, but it is quite expansive because it goes all the way till the, I guess, the entrance of Crown Sydney, and it's quite tall. Wait, okay, so this video is not about Crown Sydney, it's about Vivid Sydney. And for here, this one, it's the gallery about First Nations and also emerging local artists. All the way, it's quite expansive though, I would say. Not sure if it is immersive, but it's quite expansive because it goes all the way down there, the entrance of Crown Sydney. So a continuation of the Aboriginal art in the harbour side of Barangaroo. This it's called Nura. So this is a mass installation of 150 colour changing light pillars, as you can see. There are, I think, some more once you turn right on the harbour side, but I will just show you here for a bit. And it's the North Headland, which represents a contemporary imagining of dendroglyphs, design, carved in the bark of living trees, a collaboration between indigenous artists, two indigenous artists. Each pillar is wrapped in a, as you can see, not sure, unique First Nations memory, seen together in a first for Vivid Sydney, then form an expansive outdoor gallery of illuminated indigenous art. So there are several more pillars, again, once you turn right, but I won't show you all here for now. So this is a bit of a walk from Barangaroo, but before walking through the harbour side, like a U shape from Barangaroo to the rocks, here I am at Walsh Bay for the light sentinels. So it's lining the edge of Walsh Bay, I guess, colourful beacons of hope, fend off darkness by seeding optimism. So it's like hope and casting enlightenment on all around them. These giant kinetic flowers, so there's some over here, one over there, evoke the luminous, ever-evolving wonder of the natural world. So technically, or ideally, this light sentinels reminds us to free our imagination and let light in, which means think out of the box. I don't know why they call this celestial. It's also in Walsh Bay, but basically it says we are one people on one planet. Kind of represents or indicates or matches with the Australian national anthem. One phrase it said, "For we are one and free." Anyways, continue. As a highly polished planetary sphere reflects its surroundings, you are taken into its orbit, inspiring ideas of unity and interconnectedness. This playful installation prompts conversation and contemplation beneath its saturated neon glow. Conversation, contemplation, saturation neon glow. I do not study any science subjects, physics, chemistry, or biology in my high school, so not to offend, I do not give a shit on this idea. Still in Walsh Bay, on one side of Sydney Harbour Bridge, you can see many balls. I mean, small balls floating on, obviously, water, and also those large balls on the ground. It's pretty colourful, and as you can see, it changes colour not instantly, but sometimes a while. But I mean, basically, it changes colour. And not sure it's kind of a ball, but it's not balloon, but big balls, smalls line up together, big ones stack up together. It's pretty colourful, as you can see. There are, where I point, there are still some small balls lining up like these, and also the big ones. If you can see the ferry wheel not Ferris wheel, Ferris wheel over there. That's the Sydney Lunar Park, which is on the other side of Sydney Harbour. So these spheric objects are not balls. They are, well, according to Vivid Sydney, it's bubbles. Bubbles about, you know, child dreams, or, you know, childlike wonder through the bubbles. And as you can see, there are some large and also small bubbles to represent childhood. I mean, childlike wonder does not differ. I mean, by age does not differ. I mean, does not really categorize, you know, age. So it's just a number. Whenever you're old, whenever you're young, you can still be childlike wonder, as you can see with the colorful. I mean, changing colorful large and also small bubbles. So large are stacked here, smalls are line floating in the water. This is the rocks. So there are several houses, buildings or flats, as you can see over there. And you can see a bit out there where I point. There are some you know, animation projected at, you know, those flats, units, buildings, whatsoever. There is some behind them, but here I just show you. I will just show you, or I have already shown you some of the projected animation to the houses at the back and here as well. This is a different triangles. Not sure, it's pretty sure some of them are isosceles, which means two sides are the same length, or equilateral, three sides are the same length, or, you know, right angle triangle, which means one angle is 90 degrees of the animation. Different triangles, different colors. besides the Museum of Contemporary Art Australia, this is the gravitational grid. So as you can see, in square grid. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 6 times 6 times 6, which is 6 cube of the square grid. So 6 times 6 equals 36, and then 36 times 6 is 216. So I mean, for your reference, 6 cube of the grid, but I'm not sure why it is gravitational. Besides here you can see it's I don't know, Instagrammable spot or so whatever for Vivid Sydney, to kind of represent wherever you are, you go for Vivid Sydney. That one, Vivid Sydney, is like a spot to prove you are, you physically present you physically went to Vivid Sydney. Almost the end of the day, or the end of Vivid Sydney tonight, because it's already almost 10:30 in the evening. And remember, Vivid Sydney every night ends at 11 p.m. so just around half an hour to end. And now I'm facing Circular Quay station. Basically, if you take the bus, light rail, train or ferry to get to Circular Quay, so that is the Circular Quay station. Endless love. And as you this is a spot where you can see heaps of, like previously mentioned, the Vivid Sydney spots. So Museum of Contemporary Art Australia, and then the Rocks. Sydney Harbour Bridge, by the way, it turns 90th birthday this year, so happy birthday to Sydney Harbour Bridge. I climbed there before. And also the iconic Sydney Opera House. So this area around Circular Quay, Opera House, Harbourside area is a good spot for several Vivid Sydney attractions or spots all at once. So from here you got Sydney Opera House, then you got the Harbour Bridge, the Rocks, Museum of Contemporary Art Australia, and also at the end Circular Quay station for bus, train, light rail, and also ferries. 4 public transport in one. So I have to wrap up Vivid Sydney here now, because it's already almost 11 p.m. Well, it's now 10:49-ish p.m. already, which is 10-ish minutes to the end of Vivid Sydney nightly. And also my phone is running out of battery. Well, it's still on, that's why you can see this video. It's 9% only, but now I'm about to go home, standing at Circular Quay station. Inside the platform, not sure which platform number, but anyways, it's the side which goes to Central via St. James and Museum. But this is the spot from this side of the platform in Circular Quay railway station, where you can see both on the left Sydney Harbour Bridge and on the right Sydney Opera House. Well, also the Rocks, and also Museum of Contemporary Art Australia. So this is how I spent, or not I spent, but how I visited this year's Vivid Sydney after 2 years of absence, 2020 and 2021, obviously because of a COVID-19. As you can see, they are, with the restrictions easing, domestic or international, Vivid Sydney is back, as you can see. And I pretty sure I went to almost all attractions of Vivid Sydney except Taronga Zoo, because it's quite far. I mean, it's the furthest away from the city, and I thought I could see the light works of Vivid Sydney in Taronga through Sydney Opera House, but actually I can't see it. But anyways, I make the most of it. So most of the Vivid Sydney attractions are in the city, but I would recommend you guys. So today it's June 16th, Thursday. There are 2 more nights, 15th Friday and 17th Friday and 18th on Saturday. 2 more nights for you guys to explore Vivid Sydney. It would be good. I mean, for the 2 remaining nights, or for next year's experience, to visit Vivid Sydney on separate days, so it won't be too rushed. As you can see throughout this video, I did visit Vivid Sydney on several days. From Carriage Works to UTS to Central Station, and then to here, Darling Square, Darling Quarter, to Darling Harbour, Barangaroo, Walsh Bay, the Rock Sydney Harbour Bridge, Circular Quay Station, and also on the right again it's the Sydney Opera House. If you do visit on separate days, it won't be too rushed, and you have kind of a bit more time to visit. And also some of the attractions are not on every day, so like Carriage Works I mentioned are on specific days only. You can refer to a bit earlier in the video. It's not like these attractions held every night. So that's kind of the end. Yes, almost the end. Obviously the end of my 2022 Vivid Sydney, how I visited Vivid Sydney this year. Let me know in the comment down below if you guys have enjoyed, or for further, not only subscribing to this channel and following also my Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat and Twitter. They are public, not private, so as long as you subscribe, you can follow me. Well, except for Facebook, you need to do a friend request, but normally I will accept it anyway, so you won't miss out any other content. And that's a wrap for me from Vivid Sydney in 2022 here at Circular Quay Station on June 16th Thursday night, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good night. See ya.